Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Coach Tiffany Parra with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. We are taking center stage on the Own It publishing platform today. We have our Authors Network Spotlight with one of our own, our PFF contributing writer. I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in because y'all know this guy right here. Come on in the room, Jeffrey. What's going on?
Hey,
Good
Tiffany.
morning. How are
Good.
you?
Well, good morning to you. Good afternoon to me.
Yes, that's true. Yes, because it's already lunchtime for you. So,
Yes.
welcome,
How are you?
welcome once again. So,
Thank
everyone, Tuesdays, we love to come on in. We love to really celebrate our authors that are out there. And Jeffrey just recently was in his second book project. And this one was the Wellness Wisdom Volume 2. So, Jeffrey, tell everybody a little bit about yourself because I know there's probably some people tuning in that don't know who you are.
you. Okay.
So, tell them who you are, where you're from, a little bit about your background, and we'll get into the book.
Sure. Great. Thanks, Tiffany. Always humbled and a pleasure to be joining you on this platform. So I'm Jeff Berger. I live in Cape Coral, Florida. I'm a transplant from Western New York, got out of that cold weather and down into the warm weather. However, it's in the 50s here, but still better than snow. A little bit about my background. I had a 27-year career in software engineering, and I basically left corporate America in 2016 being totally burnt out and was on a new path because of my own health issues and was introduced to the holistic world, which really opened up Pandora's box. And today I'm a certified holistic wellness coach with a focus on the microbiome, which is the gut, brain, heart, access health, a science that I believe is disrupting the health and wellness industry today, especially around mental health, because all health and wellness really stems from the gut, which is the root cause of really where most, if not all, disease stems from. And science is proving this on a daily basis. So I'm out here to really share wisdom, share information, and basically hope for people, because 4 years ago, I was desperately looking for hope, because I did not want my doctors to lead me down the path that they were leading me down, which was medication after medication after medication. So,
Wow. Oh, quite a story, Jeff. Quite a story. And we're kindred spirits with that whole, just going down that path, right? But finding that
right.
holistic way to do things is just amazing. So let's get into this book, Wellness Wisdom, Volume 2. Now, the visionary author on this is Majeed. I cannot say his last name, so if you don't mind saying the
I
last
just say
name.
Mr. Majeed.
Mr. Majeed. Okay,
He's
okay. So, what made you choose this project to contribute in?
so great question. And with my vision, Tiffany, and really doing the research that I've done over the last 4 years, there are other avenues out there for people to choose from, and most people are unaware of what's really out there, or I should
Yeah.
say I should say what's really out there. And
Mm.
unfortunately, just even from my own experience, we grow up, we're told, to do this and do this and follow, what your doctor says, and which is what most of us do. But
Mhm.
many people today are getting to the point of they're sick and tired of being sick and tired and not getting better, and
Yeah.
want to know why they're not getting better. And when you get a response from your doctor, well, I don't know. Well, let's try this. Let's try that. We're the guinea pigs.
Right.
And it's time to stop being guinea pigs and really look at getting to the root cause of what's going on with an individual situation.
Yeah.
And that's been my mission for the last couple of years, is spreading the knowledge that's out there that is being suppressed by certain entities, I will say at this point.
Yeah.
And the purpose of this was for me to come and collaborate with um, other people who are passionate about alternative options. Okay. And with this book called Wellness Wisdom, it really takes the latest cutting edge health strategies to create true wellness in individuals as well as organizations. Because some organizations are starting to look at, what's going on today is really not working. We need to look at other options
Right.
because so many people are out of work sick. So many people are out because they're burnt out.
Right.
And it's costing corporations lots of money in regards to healthcare. So what this collaboration is, it's a group of doctors and therapists and coaches and healers, and they just basically are sharing their simple yet but powerful strategies to create real wellness from the inside out. Because as I mentioned earlier, the gut is the root cause. We need to work from the inside out from a healing perspective. And now more and more people are really looking for these ways to become, I'll say, to thrive again, because most people are barely surviving.
Right.
And they want to get back to thriving again. And I relate to when we moved down here to Florida 4 years ago. Well, yeah, end of 2017, early 2018.
Mm-hmm.
First couple of months, I grew up knowing Florida was God's waiting room. But once we got down here, I'm looking around and like, oh my God, most of these people are in the waiting rooms of doctors and they're not enjoying their retirement. And that's when things started to really awaken for me. And then I think it was like 6 months later, went to the doctors. Well, I got to put you on another medication because you're having problems from the other 5. And well, you have to manage your diabetes and everything else with medication. And that's when I said, time out.
Right.
There's got to be another way. So, I'm very, very thankful that and fortunate that I was able to, intervene there and just kind of wake up. So that's been a blessing in many, many, many ways, because I'm 68 years old and I'm only just 2 years away from when my father passed of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, leg amputation, along with other autoimmune diseases that were developing from as a result of all the pharmaceuticals that he was on, because he died with 12 pharmaceuticals.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
And it's like, again, like you said, they're giving you, another one and another one just to combat what the other one is doing. One thing that I picked up on too is, the corporations, they're starting to wake up because, being in HR for many, many years, you see so many people using up their sick time. And, you've got all these laws about sick time now where, I know here in California, most companies only give you 3 days of sick time. What's 3 days of sick time, right? And now you're out sick, not making money as well. So why not go ahead and incorporate some of these things like massage therapy, essential oil classes, various things that can really help you on that holistic level. Like you said, from the inside out, being able to also tap into that mental aspect of it as well. So people are not calling out sick. They want to come into work. They feel good about getting out of bed. It seems like it's an epidemic these days that,
it is.
But I hope that we have more and more people like yourself, and looking at, the list of people in this book, there's more people that are here to help us learn how to, do this so much better. So
yeah, and that's you talk about the people that are in the book, and I did want to highlight a couple of these individuals who, as we were writing, when we came towards the end of writing and getting ready to publish this book, Majeed asked us to go and make sure that your chapter is good, and then go read the next couple of chapters and provide your feedback, which was very, very interesting because it gave us the opportunity to really fully understand where some of these people were coming from. So one of them is Dr. Alice Feldman, a doctor's unconventional path to healing her autoimmune illness For years, she was going to the doctors as a young child, and this is what got her into becoming a doctor. For years, she grew up and she was constantly ill, and they did not know what was going on with her. Long story short, she was exposed to black mold. So she was living with black mold toxicity. And all of these symptoms from black mold, they could not get down to the root cause of what this black mold was. And I've heard of this. I'm dealing with a friend right now who I feel, well, she lived in black mold. I've asked her to get black mold tested. The symptoms from reading her chapter, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my friend. This is my friend. This is my friend.
Yes.
So that's number one. Number two is from sick care to well care. And this is written by a pharmacist, a doctor of pharmacy. He was diagnosed with cancer and went through the traditional. And today he's very, very passionate about deprescribing drugs, because drugs are not getting to the root cause. They are not healing. And, I always throw in the caveat, I'm not a 100% against Western medicine. It has its time and place. Hey, I'm the first to raise my hand. Give me the morphine when I'm passing a kidney stone, but I didn't need metformin for the rest of my life. So he's out there educating functional medicine doctors and all other kinds of doctors about alternative options to address the root cause first. And then my friend Mary Lou Tierney, who is the way we think about Alzheimer's is dead wrong. I actually interviewed her on my Mupo TV holistic mental fitness series. Come to find out that Alzheimer's is reversible. First of all, it's preventable and it's reversible. All right. There is a book out there that does have the first 9 Alzheimer's patients who have been completely reversed. Wow. And today, the data that has been, being provided over the last, I think it's 20 years, has been manipulated to suit the pharmaceutical industry. Wow. So, and she provides insights. She's working with doctors. So these are alternative routes for people dealing with Alzheimer's, dealing with cancer, dealing with black mold toxicity, dealing with diabetes, sharing their story to say, hey, there is a way out. And so these authors are sharing their own stories and their own perspectives because they didn't want to travel the traditional route, because the traditional route is not working.
Right.
And there are other options out there for those that want it. And I'm shocked that many people don't want it. They want the next best medication, which is fine. It's their choice. But there are those that are out there looking because they don't want that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things out there. I mean, you have to look at, there's teas. I drink a tea that regulates blood sugar and blood pressure and cholesterol. I drink it every day. And it has done miracles. But the only way I found out about it was because I researched it and wanted to know what is a holistic way, what is a natural way that I could, lower the blood sugar instead of having to go to the metformins and things like that.
Exactly.
So there is definitely so much out there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with Jeffrey Berger. And we are back. Phoenix Fitness. Right? Doesn't it make you want to dance? Yeah. I absolutely love that Mufo Entertainment commercial. I think it's my favorite one. So Jeff, so when you're like in these types of projects and things like that, and you're, working with, people and personalities and things like that, how was this experience for you with working with these particular individuals? Was there any issues? Or was it just like everything was awesome? Were you guys, so yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is that everything is awesome. Everything, what I love about this is we all have a common goal. And that common goal is really to share with people because there's so much illness out there and so many people are hurting and so many people are looking. And there's an end game is to get people back to thriving, as I said earlier.
Right. Yeah.
And, everybody has their own story. With me being aligned with the holistic mental wellness company, focusing on the gut, brain, heart axis health, I've talked about how science is showing there is that connection, and most people are just not aware of it,
Yeah.
and we need people like, the people that I'm working with in this book, as well as future projects to building that revolution, if you will, of like-minded people who want to help other people and provide that hope, that path of hope, because especially with what's going on today, I just saw a news cast on TikTok about I'm going to say it, Pfizer.
Yeah.
No, was it Pfizer? It was one of the big pharmaceutical companies was promoting a medication that was used for it was used for seizures, and it was being promoted for other ailments when in fact what didn't even pertain to them, and they're up for a billion-dollar lawsuit because they were false advertising and people were dying from it.
Wow.
So, and this is, something that I encourage people is do your research. And, I didn't do it. I followed that path like everybody else. I've got doctors in my family, nothing against the doctors. They're taught a certain way. But when you see all of the stuff that's going on today with regards to pharmaceutical, with regards to mental health, people are stressed. People are they're very, very anxious. They're very, very reactive to a lot of that's going on. And I don't know if you're getting the sense, but there's this aura, this sense that something big is coming.
Yeah.
And people are running scared, and we need to pull that back and let them really kind of get into themselves and just get a little bit more control, but with control with understanding and evaluating rather than reacting.
Right. Yeah.
And that is a key, and that was a key for me in my journey, because I was a reactor to stress, being highly stressed out and reacting to situations, which was sometimes toxic.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've all have encountered toxic people who are stressed out and just lashing out. Well, to be able to take a step back, evaluate the situation, and determine what is the best route for me to take in regards to this being stressed out. What do I need to do with this? Is a much better mode of operation rather than that adrenaline going up and attacking your body from all kinds of areas to cause damage.
Right. Yeah. I know for myself, when I was, always very stressed out, I was a stress eater, and I would always go for, the sugar, right? That's, and I mean, the chips too, the crunchy stuff. And now, I'm very conscious and aware of that. If I am stressed out and I start to get those cravings, I get up and I walk. I do other things, maybe I journal, but I've put habits in place now that I can go to. And I don't have that, oh, let me go over here. And I also don't keep all that crazy, nasty stuff in my house anymore.
Which is good, because the pantry was my best friend when I was stressed. So
definitely. One thing I did learn too, because when you're going through the journey and the rest of your family's not going through that same journey, you can't really, as they say, punish them, quote unquote, right? So I would put all of the stuff that they would, eat, all the sweet stuff, like a lot higher. Yeah. Because they're taller than me, and my son's almost 6'4". So of course,
oh my gosh,
Oreos, and I'll put his Oreos all the way at the top. So I can't even see them. They're out of sight.
There you go. There you go.
But those are just little things that you can, like I said, the pantry, definitely, that's my stressor, but now it's not. So, we also got to look at too, looking at the suicide rate these days, Jeff. I got to bring that up, when we talk about the mental health right now, because you look at someone we just lost recently, like Twitch. Right?
Exactly.
He was always so vibrant, always so happy. What was it that was going on? And a lot of times it is what's inside that's just clicking our brain to that depression state, and
that is very, very true. And me being a 2-time attempted suicide survivor, I totally resonate. However, there's a lot of variables that we just don't know from many respects. However, what I will say, and the more research that I've done, and I think we've talked about this, is our foods today are filled with man-made chemical preservatives, and I did research on 25 of them. There's over 10,000. I stopped after 25, and every single one of them, the side effects, the results are they eat and basically destroy your gut integrity, number one. Number two is that the side effects are stress, anxiety, and depression.
Yeah.
And we wonder why we have the problems with mental health that we do today. That's one aspect of it. But with most of the foods that are out there that people are eating, this is a huge problem. So as far as Twitch, he was, he was high energy, always, very funny and just a super human being. But then again, you take like Robin Williams, there was that dark side. And what's really going on in that head? I feel sorry for his wife, his family, and the kids, and just pray for them to get through this holiday season right before the holiday. It's just So
have prayers going out to his family, and
absolutely. It's just it's a tragedy, and we need to. It's great to talk about mental health. I've said this before. It's great to talk about mental health. It needs to be talked about. However, we need to be looking at solutions. The solutions, because the solutions that are out there are not working, as I said. We've got antidepressants, which has escalated, or it has the antidepressant, the SSRIs, in 2019 at a $14 billion industry went up to $28 billion at the end of 2020.
Wow.
Why double? So what? It just tells you something is wrong. So
and I think the having a book like this out there to give solutions, of how we can make the changes, in our life to be able to combat the things inside, so we don't have that stress, we don't have that anxiety, we don't have that depression, So I just really commend you and the other authors. I commend Majeed, Mr. Majeed, for his vision behind the book as well. Now, I want to also share how our viewers can get the book. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, are we able to see that here? So the book here, Wellness Wisdom Volume 2, is on Amazon. You can purchase from Amazon with the QR code here. It's 99 cents for the Kindle and $9.99 for the paperback there. So definitely check out Wellness Wisdom.
And we'll throw that on to Phoenix Fitness, the page as well. The other thing I wanted to mention to you also, Tiffany, here is that you talk about these books that are getting out there, but as a result of the pandemic, it has really opened up the social media platform to being able to connect with more and more people, because before the pandemic, we were just doing our regular old stuff, but we
had our blinders on, our own little world.
Exactly. And I love, the phrase game changers change when change is required. And we're part of those game changers who have changed when change is required. And that's what we've done. So we're getting out there on this platform when we can and when we're not being put into jail.
That's right.
And we're not being censored.
That's right. Well, look, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut to one more quick commercial break. Then we're gonna come back with Jeffrey Berger and some words of wisdom, some encouragement to take you through the rest of the week. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. That was Mupo Entertainment. Now, just a little, Jeff mentioned it earlier. He has a show on Mupo TV as well. So definitely check out Jeff's show, as well as all the amazing guests that he has on there. You can download Mupo on your iOS or your Android. Just go to Mupo TV, MUPO TV, or MUPO Entertainment. It is black, pink, and white, and you can't miss it. So definitely download that. You will see quite a few amazing shows. We are in production on our show as well, so definitely check us out as well. So, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us to talk about Wellness Wisdom Volume 2. Can you please share some words of wisdom, words of encouragement to our audience as we move through the week into our holiday weekend?
Sure, Tiffany. Well, again, thank you for having me on your show. It's always a pleasure and humble to share this space with you. Thank you. My biggest words of encouragement for people is to, number one, to stay open and be receptive to information that may seem to be a little skeptical. It's okay to be skeptical, but check it out. Yeah. You've got nothing to lose. I was skeptical when I was introduced to holistic wellness, but I did my due diligence, and I'm very, very thankful that I have. And for those of you who are suffering and looking for hope, keep going and doing what you're doing to continue to look, because there is hope out there. There is an answer to the question or the burden that you're currently living with and dealing with. Don't give up, because there is a way out, and just ask enough questions and get out there and do the research, because you will find that path to thriving again. And lastly, I'm just going to say to everybody to have a very happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate during this December season. Wishing you all the best. And mental fitness is the new physical health today. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Happy holidays. And again, I'm just going to second everything that Jeff said here, because those words of wisdom right there, those are just a mic drop. So everybody, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy everything. We love you so much here at Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. Have an amazing rest of your week. Take care, and we will see you very soon. All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.